everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shamira Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today we are going to do a $60 kosher grocery haul. I haven't done one in like 2 weeks, so I think it's time. Okay guys, so before we really start getting started, food's expensive, I get it, but I want to show you guys how I built our food pantry and our long-term food pantry, and then also things that we need throughout the week on a $60 budget. I have been doing this for a couple of years now, and I will tell you that I do not purchase meat on these $60 budgets, which is $60 per week, because I buy all of our meat in bulk from a butcher. I suggest that you guys do that. What we do is we save up all year long and we buy lamb at a certain time, fish at a certain time, beef at a certain time, chicken at a certain time, and we buy it in bulk. And then we fill our freezer with our meat freezer with all of those different things. And then we use those all year long. So it's been a little bit easier for me over time because now I have figured out how my family eats, what exactly we need, and I learned to cook with a lot of different things that when you buy like, you know, a fourth of a cow and you don't know what to do with every single one of those body parts, you'll figure it out. So I suggest that you guys do that because it is a lot cheaper, and the more expensive things get, the more expensive meat gets. And yeah. So that's a whole thing. That's a whole other topic. But I want to show you guys what I got for this grocery haul, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about why I got it too. Okay, so first up, I got 8 cans of green beans, and just so you guys know what kosher symbols look like, this one is an OU so that you know that it's kosher. I got 8 cans of this, and that is to kind of replenish what we used. I like to keep a lot of cans of green beans because green beans is one of our favorite things. So as we go through like a row, which a row in our pantry is 8 cans, then I refill that row. And I like to keep at least 3 rows. The other thing is I opened up our last big jar of garlic. Well, we have 1 left in our pantry, so I like to have at least 2 big jars of garlic. This one is a different kosher symbol, so it has a K. And I like to use these. I like to always have these. I have fresh garlic, but guys, we go through a lot of garlic in our house, just because it is a very good antibiotic. Next up, I have been buying sugar this way. I actually like it better. It is an unrefined sugar cane, and essentially all you have to do is just grind it on like a spice grinder or anything like that with how much sugar that you use. I feel that I use way less sugar when I use something like this that is kind of like a more pure form of sugar. The next thing is that we also have some avocados. I just got 2 of those for our Taco Tuesday, which these ones might turn into like a taco like Thursday just because they're kind of firm. And then I got some agave. I always get agave in bulk from Winco. Winco is a great place to find a lot of good things on sale. And then I went to Fry's and I got a bag of lemons because they had this whole bag of lemons on sale for $1.99, and I got a big knob of ginger. And with that, I also got some seltzer. So this one's 100% natural seltzer. Now I'm going to be making a ginger ale with these 3 items and some honey. And we'll talk about why I'm making that ginger ale too in a minute. Then I also got flour. Now guys, finding flour that is literally just organic, unbleached wheat flour is the most difficult thing in the world. I feel like the last place I found it was Trader Joe's. All of even like the big organic like flour companies that I used to get now have all the different type of enrichments and all the different things that I don't want in our flour. But now's the time for us to start buying flour, and we'll talk about that in a second, why I'm doing that too. Then we have just some things that we like. We have some organic white tortilla chips, and as you can see, those ones are the kosher ones too. Those are mainly for Mr. Benson because he likes chips and cheese or chips and salsa. We have some flowers for our table to get it all decorated for Hanukkah, so you guys will see that. And then these ones, guys, Trader Joe's flowers last literally forever, like forever. I will be able to use these going from now, which is Monday, and they'll be good probably for the next 2 weeks. So I love Trader Joe's flowers. They're only $4.99, so completely worth it. And then the last thing was this big liter of avocado oil. I like to buy my avocado oil 2 liters at a time. I saved up all of my coupons from Fry's. So this thing is normally $29, but I saved up all of my coupons for Fry's. That way I was able to get it probably I think for about 10 bucks. So then we also have the fresh stuff, which I almost forgot it in my refrigerator, but this one is a Napa cabbage. My garden isn't producing a lot of stuff right now because it's still growing, so we are getting a couple vegetables to go with the vegetables from our freezer. So I have a cucumber, we have some squash, or zucchini. I think this one's a zucchini. And then we have a Napa cabbage, and then we have some cranberries. I make all of our cranberry sauce for the next year. So essentially what I'll do is I'll either can this now or I'll put it in the freezer and can it later on in the year. And then we'll have cranberry sauce for next Thanksgiving and the holidays. And then I got a thing of mushrooms because we are actually running out of our dehydrated mushrooms. So I'm waiting on a sale to get more, but we use a lot of mushrooms. So I just get them a little bit at a time until I find a sale, and then I'll get a bunch of them and dehydrate them. So this is the kosher grocery haul that we have for $60. Okay, so couple things. One, I'm making ginger ale because this is gonna sound really mean, guys, but I hate potlucks and I hate going out to other people's house to eat because they don't cook the way that I cook. And it sounds really bougie, but we can taste preservatives and different things in food that people make, and it makes us sick. It burns our mouths. It makes our mouths like really, really dry, which if you want to have healthy teeth, you need to have saliva in your mouth. And when your mouth is really, really dry, that happens. So I like to detox our bodies during the holidays, that we are not preparing food at our house, because going out to eat with other friends, that when we go out to eat, we only go out to eat sushi because that doesn't have any preservatives in it. Maybe the soy sauce, but doesn't have any preservatives in it. But when we go out to eat with friends, not everybody wants to eat sushi. So then we're eating other things that when we get home, we can just really feel it. Like we get like headaches, we get stomach aches, we get bloated, we get like chemical burns in our mouths from different foods. And yeah, it's been a lot. So anyways, so it's kind of like one of those things that since we eat really organic and really like whole food, it does affect us a lot more. And we weren't always that way. When we were used to eating like chips and different things like that with preservatives in it, our bodies were used to that, especially like our mouths were used to it. But now if I were to eat like a Dorito, guys, like I would have like a chemical burn in my mouth. Like my body is not used to that anymore. So I'm gonna make a ginger ale, basically with just ginger, honey, and lemon, and then top it off with some seltzer, like some sparkling water, so that then it's like bubbly. And we are going to be drinking that to detox our bodies and to kind of help with bloating and any type of weight gain too, because preservatives will also add more weight gain to your body. So we're going to be drinking that for the next couple of days, which I will make that for you guys in a video so that you can see how I make that, because I think it's really helpful. The other thing is that now is when I start buying flour. Now guys, finding flour that is not enriched with a whole bunch of vitamins and different things like that is quite difficult these days. I finally found some at Trader Joe's after going to Fry's. That was a no-go. Even the organics, even the Bob Red Mills something, the King Arthur also, which they used to not have it in there before, now has it. But I found one of the flours at Trader Joe's, which was the organic one, that didn't have any of those things. So I'm gonna slowly start buying those. Now I keep a big bucket of flour. That is what is last year's flour that I use for baking and different things like that. But I freeze all of my flour. That's a tongue twister, to make sure that there's no bugs in it or anything like that, and to be able to preserve it essentially while I wait for that bucket to go down and us, making bread and just using flour over the year. So I start buying it now during the holidays because I can get it at a good price, and then I just put it in the freezer also because my meat freezer doesn't have as much meat in it now. Like it's missing like a row that we can now add, wash that out and use that for flour to start getting the flour supply for next year. So you guys will probably see flour on my list at least every 2 weeks, if not every 3 weeks. It'll be on there. The other thing is the avocado oil, guys. Avocado oil is so expensive, but it's so worth it. I use avocado oil in a lot of my cooking, and it's cheaper to buy the big jug. Yes, it's like $29, which I save up all of those like digital coupons that you can get from like Fry's and other places, depending where you go. I got that one from Fry's, which is probably Kosher for a lot of other people. But you can save up digital coupons, you can save up points, whatever, but get that big 2-liter jug of it, because if you're getting it by the smaller ones, those are like $13, or even like the one that's just like a pint or something like that is like $16. And by the time you get multiples of those, you would have saved money if you would have just got the big one for $29, and then you would have had 2 liters of it. So that was my little grocery haul for $60 of what I spent this week. Each week is something different, so I try and share these every 2 weeks, but yeah, I thought this would be a fun one for VLOGNukka, because it is VLOGNukka. Today is day 4 of my VLOGNukka. I started December 1st, and then I'm going all the way to the end of Hanukkah. So, which we do VLOGNukka versus Vlogmas because we're Jewish. But I hope that this video was helpful for you guys. I hope that you're able to see how I do my pantry, and I hope that it gives you some inspiration to be able to do yours. But until next time, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye, guys.